Perfect. So I'm here with Allison, and Allison is just halfway through my program, 12, 12 weeks in, and she's killing it. You've already lost 15 pounds, right?
Yep.
15 pounds. You started at 200 pounds and a few inches off your waist, off your hips. And I just wanted you, well, first of all, congratulations, because I know your life is hectic. Hectic. How many kids you have? You have two, right?
I have two. One and my
Two
other one.
little ones.
I have two, and my son's outside.
Yeah. And you go to work super, super early.
Yep.
What time do you wake up? 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I get up at 3:45.
Okay. All right. So let's start from the beginning. Where were you at before you started, like before you reached out to me, before we started the whole conversation? Where were you at mentally, physically? How
Mentally
was your
depressed,
life?
physically wrecked, emotional, very emotional, and definitely in a bad place in my life.
Mm. Yeah, you had, if you don't mind sharing, but you had gone through a very difficult phase in your life, right?
Cancer, yes.
Cancer prior to joining. Yeah, survivor.
Yep. Surviving.
Yes. So I can imagine that life wasn't easy back then. What made you reach out to me? What made you ask for help, and what triggered you?
Well, my trigger was my family vacation and me hiding behind my children, to shield myself of what I looked like.
Mm.
I had seen you and other posts on Instagram, and it looked very intriguing, and you're a woman that understood other women, which is important because I have had other personal trainers, but honestly, they didn't really click. It wasn't there. So
Mhm. I love that. I love that. And I remember you had that conversation about you hiding behind your kids at the family vacation.
yeah,
And how is life now? How has
life
my
is,
program helped you?
oh, well, I'm way more energetic. I eat more than I thought I'd ever eat in my life. um, I'm definitely killing it on the weights. I see my numbers go up a lot. Never thought I'd lift weight that way. And obviously I see the body change. And yeah, my energy levels are definitely through the roof. And I am very much so happy. I feel better.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just curious, how do you get it done? Because I hear from a lot of women like, oh, I have kids, I can't do this. Oh, my life is hectic, I can't do this. Oh, I'm busy. And you're like, okay, you're just crushing all of those excuses. So how do you find the strength, and how do you get it all done?
Support from my family is big key.
Mhm.
And say hi. Hi.
Hello.
And support is key, because without support, I would not be able to make it to the gym. And my husband supports me very much so with my eating. He'll eat whatever I make, so it makes life easy.
Good.
And he's just a good push there. But I go to work, I prep everything the night before. So when I
Good.
wake up, I just put everything in my lunch bag and I go to work. And then right after work, I go straight to the gym. I push in that hour right there. And then I come home and I run around with my kids and do what I got to do. And when we make dinner, I make what I got to make to eat the healthiest that I can. And then, and I just make it happen. And then as we're cleaning up, I just make my stuff for the next morning. I don't know where they are. So
yeah, so basically like being very organized with your time, having support from your family, And just like, it seems like based on how you're talking about it, you're laser focused on what you want to do, right? On the results that you want. So you make it happen, even
Yes.
when things are wrecked. So
Yeah, I mean, I
I
moved
love
the
that.
schedule around to meet, which is good that it's not like a set schedule. I move it around to
Yeah,
meet my needs or when I can do it, and if I push to meet every goal. If I don't meet the goal, like making 3 days a week at the gym because something came up, whether it's a doctor's appointment,
yeah,
whether it's the kids. Okay, well, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm just going to keep pushing and try to get those days in. And if I can't,
good.
that's it. It is what it is. Let it go.
Yeah, love it. I love it. And that's why you're succeeding so much, because you make the best out of what you can. So I love that. And I'm so proud of you so far. I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud to see your progress and your resilience. In like, yeah, if you just can't do everything, you just do whatever you can. Next day you move on. I love that mentality. And tell me a little bit about what do you enjoy the most working in my program? What do you like the most about it?
I like seeing, like I said, definitely love seeing the change every couple of weeks, the change in my program. I love that because so it's not a stagnant program. It constantly is moving,
Mhm.
and after you and I had talked about constantly moving my weights. So making sure that every set is a little heavier. And if
Yeah,
I can't, then that's okay. Just do what you can.
yeah,
So for me, seeing my weights really go up is kind of like crazy. Like pushing 40 pounds today was like amazing. And it felt good.
mhm.
So that was big.
So would you say that that's the fact that we track everything, so you're always making progress and you feel like you're moving and
Yeah,
not
seeing
staying
it,
doing the
seeing,
same things?
yeah, seeing it, um, in front of you on the app itself.
Yeah.
Um, it so helps because I see where I was to push myself to the next weight.
Oh, great. Great.
So like, okay,
Awesome.
so I started at 25 the last time I did this. So, I'm going to start at 30 and I'm going to push myself to
Mm,
that next weight to push
mhm.
myself up. And if I just can't, that's okay. Like I said, I back it down a
Yeah.
little to what I got to do.
Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. And what, if you can remember, probably, but if there's one thing that will almost hold you back from working with me, can you remember what it was? Like if you had any sort of hesitation, or if anything almost stopped you, what was it?
It's always money. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, when it comes down to it, it's always money.
Yeah. And
So
how did you overcome it? Like how money
just
almost stopped you, but what made you pull the trigger?
I said, I got to do something.
Mm,
Can't live like that. Not
mhm,
anymore.
mhm.
I got 2 kids to live for. So,
Yeah, and that's priceless, right?
yep.
And what would you say for someone who might be thinking about working with me, thinking about joining my program, and it's kind of on the fence because of the financials, because money is,
Just do it.
um,
Just do it and don't look back because the truth is it works and it's an amazing program and I feel so much better and honestly it was worth every dollar.
that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Who and like, is there a type of person that you think would benefit from my program? Who
Everybody
would
would.
you say? Yeah,
I don't think that this is carved out for one particular person. I think it comes down to the person themselves. They have to want it because even though you hold everyone accountable and yourself accountable, if they're lacking motivation that
yeah,
inside of them, then they're not going to do it. This program works 100% if you have the motivation, if you push yourself.
correct. Yeah. So you have to have that self responsibility of doing what's required.
Yeah,
All right. Awesome. I love that. Super excited for you. Super excited for what's to come. And thank you so much for sharing that with us.
of
That was
course.
awesome.